Oh, God. Get this. Let's see here. All right. So I'm just on here real quick. I don't know how to get these captions off my screen. I don't usually go live, so it's a new one for me. Um, Hopefully y'all can hear me. There's only a couple people on right now, but if you can hear me, just put a little comment up for me. Let me know that this microphone is working because I don't know. It's my first day playing around with it. Um, so I hope it's working. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look who we got online. It's it's Miss Queen of Diamonds
Ooh,
herself. Look, hey girl, hey.
hey, what we
So
talking about?
today we're talking about the big question. Are we okay with dudes taking us to the Cheesecake Factory and getting popcorn and and a little drink from the gas station and hanging out? Or are we actually worth these caviar meals and champagne outings and black tie affairs that everybody's
Oh
asking
boy,
for? Like,
you want to ruffle some feathers today? Okay.
look, I'm just saying, it's all over the internet at this point. It's from the richest of the rich to the struggle bus babies. They all out here talking about some they don't want it. So I'm just trying to figure out, are we as women on the level we need to be on for the type of men that we're requesting at this point? And if not, is that an okay thing? Like, is that fair at that point? Like, what's up?
I mean, okay, so with the idea that women want to date up, it's kind of hard to say because um, I feel like, are you worth it, right? Do you already go to them spots? Because I feel like, okay, during the dating scene, right? If you really get to know me while we're communicating, and I'm telling you, I like crab, I like steak, you know, things should start registering in your head that, okay, this girl like crab and steak. So why would our first date be the Cheesecake Factory? Like that's that to me it just sounds like you ain't having good listening skills. Now I also think that I mean men shit, if they kind of got to go with what they can afford at the same time. Get down. Move.
He got an
So
opinion too. He's like, hold on.
if you can't if you sizing your lady up as y'all communicating, you kind of probably just need to stay in your lane, and that may be not be the girl for you. So I don't even think niggas should push forward with even trying to court her. If she's saying these are the things that she like, and you know that's out of your text bracket.
So that could go both ways, though, right? Because if you talking to him and you done got a feel for what his finances is like, places he frequents, what his budget kind of is, why are you carrying on conversation with him when you got an idea that he ain't gonna be able to keep up with your lifestyle at the end of the day? Like most women, I ain't gonna say everybody, but most women have a good enough conversation nowadays, right? To be able to say he working, let's just say at Meyer, right? So he got a pretty average salary. It's maybe not the elaborate salary that you looking for
Myers,
somebody to be able to afford.
is he in
What
management?
year? Huh? This
You
man
said
be
he
in
working at
management?
Myers? Okay, see, that be my thing. Like, you kind of gotta know who you're dealing with. Okay, so like when I was dating, cause I just started dating, and I'm kind of really new to this. So when I dated, um, the drug dealers and the scammers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that ain't hard working money, sir. So let's go get the good stuff. But I feel
Right.
like me as a woman and just knowing how jobs work. I mean, if you say you working for Chrysler, or I ain't gonna say Chrysler. Ooh, if you working for, I don't know, if you just got like a regular job paying 50,000 a year, then you know I may be a little lenient because you hard working, like you really working for that money. But a scammer and drug dealer, no, no, it's illegal anyway. Come on, let's go get the good stuff. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm just real understanding to the hard working man.
Mm-hmm.
Now if a man, I wouldn't necessarily, now that they got all these definitions on what a high value man is, and I don't think I uh I'm sure I talked to guys that made six figures, but I don't think that they all made it legally. So I don't think I ever talked to nobody that made six figures on a regular salary. So it's kind of hard to say. I think that women just need to see. It's so hard to say because women want to date up, right? And okay, if I'm making 40, 50,000, I'm supposed to date up, and he should be able to afford this. But if I can't afford that stuff myself, how you even know you want to go to them restaurants?
And
Like,
that'd be my thing. I feel like a lot of people that are putting this stuff out here right now don't experience that on their own accord. They can't afford it themselves. They ain't been experiencing it. And if they have, it's been possibly from a man who was able to supply that for them for a period of time for whatever reasons. And now you putting that same expectation on every man. I don't think that's necessarily fair when you can't even do it yourself. It's like that's not necessarily fair. And there's nothing wrong with dating up, but it is a problem for me to just sit here and say, well, I feel like you need to be able to elevate me in a way that I can't elevate myself. Like it's not fair. I don't think that's necessarily a fair road because the same way we have troubles as women finding employment that makes a certain amount of money, men do too. Like, and people feel like it's a man dominated industry overall, and that men always make more than women, but that is not clearly the truth because most of the women I know make more than most of the men that I know in their legal employment. So it's just like I don't feel
the legal
like
one.
that's true.
He's
Look,
the
throwing that
legal
part out
one.
there in the legal employment, like
Talking about the legal money. Okay.
look. So it's like it's kind of hard to sit there and put that weight on a guy. I feel like I don't think that it's anything wrong though either with saying that you want some balance, right? So yes, I want to be able to do nice things sometimes, but I'm also okay with going out and just hanging out for some covers on one date or whatever, and then on another day Cooper's Hawk or whatever the heck people trying to do. Like it's okay, but I don't think it's cool to just be like, oh, if he can't take me out to, what I don't even know, I don't even eat at all these fancy places, whatever. And if he can't sit up here and take me out
The
to these places
Chris and
consistently,
Morton,
all of that,
Ocean Prime.
which those are very nice places, at the end of the day, I'm quite sure I've only gone to two of them, but I'm pretty sure that it's places even nicer than that. They're even more expensive than that because I done been places out of town that are way more expensive and nicer than those places. But that wouldn't be the consistent, and I pay for myself to go there just for the record. So it's like, I I feel like if a woman that can hold her own is saying that, then it makes sense because you want somebody that's equally yoked with you. You looking for somebody that's in a relationship, to be equally yoked with you. But to sit here and say that you necessarily looking for a person to upgrade you, I don't necessarily like that. Like it kind of bothers me sometimes. Like because
I,
and then it's only looking at it from a financial perspective as well. It's not looking at it from the element of saying, okay, this is somebody that can help me learn to be better with my finances, or somebody
mhm.
that can help teach me more about different cultures or different, different lifestyles. Like that I would be okay with them saying, like, I just want to be introduced to other lifestyles sometimes, but just basically putting it out there and saying, oh, you can't afford me. You can't afford to do this for me. And it's just like, are we
Mhm.
slaves? You for sale?
Everything is wrapped around financial finances, and although finances are very important because that's how we survive, that's how we maintain. Like you said, the emotional part, the how can you elevate me mentally as well. I think that I don't know. I think that men just gotta know who they dealing with. I mean, and then my thing is the first date. The first date to me don't necessarily have to be elaborate. But then again, sometimes people could argue that the first date also sets the tone to how you may feel about me. So it's kind of up in the air. I think that people should definitely date fair wage. Um,
Hmm.
you know, if for me, I like to date based on mindset and actions. Like, okay, your mindset is saying one thing, you want to do this, you want to do that. Okay, then my next question be, what steps have you taken to get to that point? And then it's kind of
Right.
like, well, I've been working on it for okay, how long? Years, or is it something recent? Because I be needing to see some action. But zeroing zeroing in on the finances and where we gonna go to eat at. I don't know, cause I would be me personally. I steak and crab is my favorite food. So I mean, I definitely that's where I go. That's what I eat. So Applebee's won't suffice because I don't want that. I know that that's fake food. I don't like it. I don't want to go there. So I think that's just a communication part. And how I'm kind of curious as to how do people come up with an idea as to where we're gonna go. Like, how did that conversation even start? Like, okay, I'm gonna take you out to dinner. Do they ask where you would like to go, or are they saying, okay, I want to take you to this nice place? So yeah, I wouldn't be for Applebee's. Cheesecake Factory ain't I ain't really never even ate there for real to know what they got. Um, I ate there
It's garbage. Their food is
once.
garbage. Their desserts
Yeah,
are great, but their food is garbage.
yeah. So, and
It's
then to
not cheap
me,
though. Just to be
environment.
clear, Cheesecake Factory food is not cheap. It's just nasty. Look.
My thing is the ambiance. Like, are we gonna be able to talk, connect, or is it gonna be like kids everywhere? It's gonna be like a ghetto scene, like because Applebee's it be kind of loud in there. It's like a sports bar. Like, um,
Yeah.
the vibe could be off a little bit, but we could go there to hang out. But I don't really feel like a first date we can connect in that way. I mean, we could, but it's just a very family like restaurant, and I would like to go to somewhere a little bit more intimate, like 5 4 star restaurants is. So,
So,
um,
oh look, what if
I
they
also
planned
feel
you a
like I
picnic
give
date at
off
the
that,
park?
huh?
So in that case, what if they planned you a picnic date at the park? That's intimate.
If
That's somewhere
it
quiet. Y'all can get to
yeah,
know each other. They
if
could have
it's
brought crab
well thought
boils.
out,
Look.
if it's well thought out and it's on some real like thoughtfulness, then yeah, I would definitely accept that. But it
And
don't
see, that's the
necessarily
thing.
gotta be expensive. Billy,
That's the plus side is
stop
that you
doing.
saying it's okay, whereas there are people that are putting out whole list at this point saying picnic dates ain't cutting it. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Walks in the park ain't cutting it no more. Hanging out with a dinner at your house ain't cutting it. You can't cook for me. I want to be taken out. I want to do this and I want to do that. And it's like
I
But
feel
like you said, where's the thoughtfulness at that point? Like, it don't have to be about spending a bunch of money. It ain't even got to be about getting all dressed up necessarily. Like, what if this person is honestly trying to get to know you and figure out like if y'all are going to be a good mesh for each other? So one, they doing what they can afford for one, and for two, still taking into consideration what you said that you would enjoy. Like, so I think what you said is very valid. That like it don't have to be about spending a bunch of money on a restaurant, but that's not the general consensus. It sounds like right now. It sounds like there is more people that are on board with that idea that no,
yeah,
it has to be
spend
a
some
certain
money and
way
get
in
some
order
money.
for you to yeah to say that you actually
Yeah,
interested in me.
I mean, I'm all with a deposit, but I'm all for a small deposit. But I also do believe that, the more invested a man is, and sometimes that may mean money, the more he may like you. So that's kind of like what I'm saying. I just think people need to size up who they dealing with. Like, if you met me and you saying that I was a classy lady, why do you want to? Why would you want to take me to Applebee's? I can't say Cheesecake Factory because I ain't ever been there. Why would you want to take me to Applebee's? Applebee's is
Or
a family.
starters. Look, starters.
Starters got some good food though. Starters
But
food is
that's
real.
basically a bar too. It's like a sports bar. It ain't no place to come kick it and
Yeah,
chill.
it's definitely not. You don't really go to Starters on a date. You go up there to chill. Like neighborhood like restaurants. No, that's some chill shit. I don't think that's first date oriented. I think, and okay, now I gotta just talk for me because I feel like I'm different. So, oh god. So no, I wouldn't accept that. I mean, I'll go just to be nice, but we, I would think that maybe he don't like me like that. Like that would be my thoughts. Like, why wouldn't you want to take me to a nice restaurant, or just let me pick the restaurant? If you unsure, just let me pick it, and I'll be fine with that. I'll probably pick all the restaurants. Like lately, I've been going on dates. I've picked all the restaurants, and really, it's just been places that I've already been before that I know is good. But see, I also pick restaurants based on the ambiance. Like I want an intimate setting.
Hmm.
I don't want like what's Applebee's family neighborhood restaurant. No, I don't want to be around a bunch of kids. I damn near want to go to a restaurant that's 30 up, 30 and up. I mean, obviously they don't say that, but those are the type of
Right.
restaurants I want to be at. Somewhere where I could wear some heels at. I'm not wearing no heels to Applebee's. Like I want to, I'm trying to impress you. This gonna be our first day. I need to be able to impress this man. I ain't seen nobody wearing heels in Applebee's because it ain't just that. It's just not that type of setting. Um, yeah, intimate settings. Now, if it costs a lot, that just is what it is. But if it don't cost so much, then that's what it is too. It's not about how much we spending because most of the time I'm considerate though. So even though I'll eat a tomahawk steak, I'm not gonna order that though. Like, why would I order a
Right.
$200 steak on our first date? I don't even want to set that tone like because I'm not a gold digger or nothing, but I do like nice things, so I may get a ribeye.
I think
I may
that's
get an
fair
Oscar.
though. Like, cause you're not trying to take advantage of a person. And I feel like these women that I'm talking about on these, that's creating these lists, I feel like they're trying to take advantage of guys. I don't feel like they're honestly thinking about the mindset of, okay, what are we really doing? Like, what is the purpose of this date to accomplish? I think they're just looking at like, oh, I'm trying to go out, I'm trying to have fun, I'm trying to get everything I can out of this date. I don't really care if there's a next date because I'm gonna just go to the next person and do the same thing all over again. Like that's just the game for them at this point. So it's like that's the mindset shift. And so with my question today kind of being like, well, do you feel like you worth what you asking for? It's not even really about just the financial part. It's basically saying like, are you mentally and emotionally worth what you asking for from a person? Because you asking for all this financial input up front, right? But it's like, what are you really giving to the situation when you go into it? And at that point, you're giving nothing. You really just going into it, just looking for a date, just looking for a free meal, like, or a good time that day, or some drinks or whatever. not the man behind it though, or woman, because let me not discriminate. I'm constantly saying this about men, but I don't know. Whoever watches.
No, it should be the man paying the first date.
If
So it kind of is
no, I'm
about
saying in
that.
case it's a same sex relationship. That's what I'm saying. Let me stop
Oh,
saying man, because I gotta feel like I'm making sure everybody understands. It's not just about man, but whoever the dominant person is on that situation when y'all go out, like you don't want to put that pressure on them necessarily. That it's just about what they can provide for you that day, because you'll have the span of y'all getting to know each other to determine what type of provider they are. You don't have to determine that just on because people fake it all the time. A man can sit up here and borrow some money to take you on your first date, or take it from their girlfriend to take you on a date. And now you look, just saying, and now you looking all like, oh, let he done bought all this, that, and the third for me, and brought all the bottles of champagne out and blah 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 blah. And then you be like, okay, we going back to your place and all. Oh, well, no, because my mom at the crib, so I ain't going to be able to bring you back tonight, but she'll be out of town this weekend. Like, sir, you 35. What you talking about your mom at the crib, but you spent $300 on this meal? What happened? Like, we got to just get into a different mindset. Like, it's not about these dates that heavily. Like, it's about so much more. But people are so pressed about the wrong thing, it seems like, all the time. But for whatever reason, this has irked me to constantly see this list going around, and now people making videos related to it. It's just like, baby,
yeah,
baby.
that list it's gonna be attack on both people because um the men they done made a list, can't have kids, can't do this, can't do that, and it's just like at this point y'all just trying to tear each other down, and really like you said, it's not really about the date, it's about the connection. See kind of where y'all future goals and the way y'all think and how that aligns so that y'all can become one at some point. But
Mm.
yeah, once that bill comes, when women ask for the unrealistic, you get put in the box with the other sexy reds. Um. Okay. So what's I mean unrealistic
What's unrealistic
expectations?
expectations?
Uh.
Yeah.
Because my expectations are different from somebody else's, and what's realistic to me may not. I don't know. You just got to be considerate, and you got to know who you're dealing with. And
Hmm.
to me, the first date, I like. Okay, when I date, I kind of got this thing where we have a conversation. Yeah, I like to FaceTime because I need to see you, and be nosy a little bit in your background. And then it's like, okay, now it's time for the date. Where would you like to take me? I kind of would like. Most of the time they ask me where I want to go, but I would like to see. Um, I haven't been offered like they haven't offered to take me to a specific restaurant, but I would definitely like to see like where they would want to take me to. Like just kind of sitting back and see where a man rather take you. And if he rather take you somewhere, then just politely say, "Oh no, I don't really like their food. I'd rather go here." And look at their menu and see what's going on. That's how you know who you're dealing with. I definitely do think that these hoes, they kind of look. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be cussing, but I definitely think that these girls got expectations that they can't really hold themselves to.
Yeah.
I,
I
I just
think it's a
I just
classy
know that
response though.
about just being out in the world lately. Like, yeah, y'all should be okay with you know, y'all don't. I don't think that they be bringing us to the table. To be honest, a big booty, a cute face. Hmm, everybody got one. What else? And you want high price dinners, and that's your focal point. To me, just that mindset to tell you who you dealing with. This bitch ain't even got the right idea as to how we gonna move forward, how we gonna grow as one. When you worried about how much the check gonna be, like,
But see, that lead look, that's gonna lead to because I'm gonna have to go. That leads to a part two of a conversation, right, about men now at that point, because I feel like men unfortunately have gotten brainwashed into this idea that they're supposed to be shelling out so much money on women all the time. That's how you impress a woman. That's how you get her attention. That's how you get her to do things with you and show up for you. And so now women are playing off of that, right? Because it's like, all right, I know that you want to spend this money. I know that you got a couple dollars. I know that in your head you're gonna be out here throwing it on somebody. Might as well throw it on me right now. They ain't gonna be out here stripping for it and tricking for it necessarily, like quote unquote tricking, but you low key doing it in a different way now at that point by saying, "Oh no, you gotta take me to this expensive restaurant. You gotta sit up here and cause I don't go nowhere where the meals is less than $100 a plate, and I don't go nowhere where the drinks is this and that." And it's like, girl, back somebody just saw your butt down there at one of them little local clubs the other night, twerking on a table and popping ass for a lamb chop that was $2. Stop playing, like you. Lying, but they're going to play off of this man's emotions and feeling like, okay, if I'm not coming through as a man and being able to like afford her at this point, what does that say about me? And now she gonna run
I
back and
mean,
tell that the
that's
word to get around and stuff.
that's a sick
Like,
mindset though. Like just always feeling like you gotta buy this woman. Like you gotta know that if you constantly buying this woman, she could be bought by the highest bidder. So if you coming in the way you winning over a woman is with your money, you gotta keep that same energy because that's the only way you're gonna be able to keep her. And see, men, that's you know, them be the type of woman that they want. They definitely fun girls. Um, Definitely a good time. They be fine as hell. I mean, shit. Yeah, you gotta come with that cash. So, but you gotta keep it up. Like that's why it's kind of like if that's the type of woman that you think you can build with, because now you just constantly pinching off the wallet. Like that ain't
mm-hmm.
really nothing that you want to build with. So, I mean, that's really on your trick ass. So, your fault. You should. I mean, for real. Like, I mean, you can start talking to people. If people start to communicate and really ask the right questions, you kind of know who you dealing with. You could kind of know who you're dealing with. Now, I don't know. I don't know. Between a man that's trying to compete and the man that watches how you behave, if that makes sense.
So what? So okay, at underscore turnpike underscore O. So with that being said, wouldn't that be a man though? Somebody that's watching how you behave, like wouldn't he want to know your behaviors and how you react and stuff like that? Isn't that somebody that's observant of you and would want to kind of be in tune with you in that nature? Like I don't know, maybe I'm not making sense of what you're saying. In
Let me see. You have to know the difference between a man that's trying to compete and the one that watches how you behave.
Oh, okay. I get what you're
What do you
saying.
mean?
Okay, right. I didn't see that. Right. Okay. Trying to compete. Okay, yeah. No, you right. And that's probably what it is that he's always trying to look like the man. He's trying to look like the man to everybody. So right, he's trying to compete out here. And that ain't cool either.
No,
So I think
that
that
to me
maybe
that gets
it's
to me when I see a man that's trying to compete. That means he got low self esteem. Like because why you just can't stay in your lane with what you got going on? Why you got to be better than the next? Like what that ain't even really got nothing to do with. Well, I guess it do because a man want all the women and they want all the attention. Yeah, that wouldn't even be somebody I even look at. To be honest, I don't like the damn circus. Don't put on no show. I don't like that. But I mean, I feel like everybody should fuck with who they fuck with. Tricks should fuck with tricks. Good women, good men, they should mess with each other, and then shit, everybody be just in a safe zone because most of the time, guys, they be looking like I feel like dates are for some people. There's people that's trying to build. If y'all just want to go get something to eat, okay, cool. But like an actual date where y'all gonna communicate and connect and actually talk, because I'm to the point I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want to text. I would rather save all that conversation for an in person type of in person situation. Like let's talk. Y'all, this is why those unreal expectations come in at.
yeah. What's these unreal expectations you keep talking about, Boo? I
What's
want
the
to know because
unreal
it's not real. Because it's
expectation?
only unreal if you make it unreal, right? Because different levels are able to have different expectations, right? So, like Oprah can have all type of expectations. Oh, it's okay, Boo, about the spell check. We got you, but if you got a certain level of finances, right, your expectations are going to be different than a person with a lower level of finances, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only unrealistic if it's something that's unattainable for that person or that, person that they're talking to. I don't, so what's the unrealistic expectations that you talking about?
Yeah, like you can't. Okay, you can't meet somebody because I when I've been meeting people, they ask me what I do, right? I don't always be honest, but that's for another time. They ask me what I do. If I tell somebody, oh yeah, I'm the cashier at a Coney Island, but I tell you, oh yeah, I only eat at Morton. Well, how? How are you doing that and paying your bills? Okay, this bitch must get sponsored. And just start doing the fucking math. Like, where do this girl work at? You kind of guesstimate motherfuckers' bills nowadays. Shit, especially we all stay in the same community. Uh, how you a cashier at Coney Island, but you eat at Morton? That don't even add up. But then so her Coney Island girl expectations are going to be different from a nurse, right? I'm a nurse. Nurses make, you know, 70 plus, right? So yeah, I tell you, I eat at Morton's, and this is what I like to do. I like to go out to eat with my friends. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how people can't size up if you're really talk that list of first dates. If you're really
Oh,
talking to somebody and getting to know them, you could kind of guess on what type of person this person is. Cause you know, I know who I'm dealing with if I hear a nigga say, "Oh, I like to eat at Morton's, but I ain't got no job." Then okay, you may be a scammer or a dealer, you know,
or
or
somebody else been taking him on them dates, because there's women that trick
or
too.
or womanizer. So I don't understand how people come to these solutions on where they gonna go out to eat at if you ain't had like the right conversations first. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what my I don't know. I would be interested to see how the conversations go. Are you really just meeting people? Cause maybe they do it differently to me. I'm assuming they meet people and they automatically say, okay, let's go out to eat. So now you really know nothing about this person, and to me that's kind of weird because you ain't even had a conversation to get to know this person. Girly in the video that wanted to go to the Cheesecake Factory. She looked simple, just kind of looking at her and kind of sizing her up. She looked like a simple woman. So that kind of threw me off that she wouldn't be interested in that. But obviously I was judging the book by its cover, and I was wrong because she wanted to go somewhere else. But I also think she ain't like dogs for real, so that was another thing. But yeah, these lists can be a little outrageous, and I think that if you really like somebody, because girls and guys be knowing if they like somebody, because if you like a girl and she say she want to go to Ruth Chris, you gonna figure it out because you really trying to impress this girl. Now that be the messed up part because eventually, the colors will unfold and they'll show eventually that yeah, you took me on that first date, but that's like basically what you said, Sade. You didn't borrow the money to take me on this first date, but really that ain't what it's holding. Like you ain't really, we can't do that regularly because you was fronting in to begin with. So had a conversation, um, and really just listen to who you're dealing with. I feel like a person can only just front for so long. Eventually, it'll show. It'll show. It'll show through the way they communicate, the way they carry themselves. You know.
Yeah. People definitely be fronting for sure, trying to just get in. And I mean, I definitely don't agree with that because at the end of the day, do you really want somebody who didn't actually like you for who you were and they just wanted you for what you was able to provide for them or do for them or But and really, it even goes past financial stuff, right? Like people sit up here in front on all types of, they front and lie about their education level. People lie about their family situations. People lie about the way that they live. Oh, I'm real neat and clean at home, and this and that and the third. And then they get to staying with you a couple nights, and y'all go on a trip or something, and you find out that they the messiest person in life. And you like, what happened to our meat? So people definitely be lying. But I don't agree with that part either, for sure. I really wish that we all would just get back to, or get to, I should say, because I don't know if we ever were there, but get to a place of really dating people and building bonds with people in general, even friendships with people based on integrity, people's like core values, morals, and stuff like that, and not so much what we see that they can be a provider for us. Because I feel like I've been somebody that's been looked at as a meal ticket, I'm gonna say, by a person that wasn't somebody I was dating. It was somebody I was cool with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's happened, a couple times actually, where people looked at it and felt like, I was in a position that they considered financially well off and felt like, oh, you got it, you good, da da da. So now I'm to a point like you, where sometimes now when I'm talking to people, I can't tell you the truth about where I'm at and where I work at and what I do and stuff like that, because I need to know that you honestly hanging around me and want to be associated with me because of who I am as a person, because you feel like my energy is good, because you feel like I'm, a good-hearted person, that I'm intelligent, whatever the case may be. But it needs to be something about like an internal factor, not something that I can attain physically that's tangible and that you see with your eyes and it's like, ooh, I want to be in on that. No, I will shut that down so fast, Miles. So it's like I would not do that to somebody else because of that reason as well, like because I know how that feels. So I think that's a part of the reason that's kind of been bothering me about these lists and stuff like that that's going around. And, oh, I wouldn't accept that, and I wouldn't accept this, and da da da. Meanwhile, it's some picture on your timeline with your ex-man and his dirty socks on or something like that, laying on your bed on the floor, and you just like, well, clearly you've accepted less, ma'am. Like, so stop lying to people, like
Yeah.
whatever.
I
But
feel like women like who they like, and when they get to trying to see what they can get out of you, and that's they sole purpose, they don't really like you. 'Cause
like you, sis. Look, they don't like you. Sir, if you
they
watching,
don't
she
like
don't
you.
like you. Okay?
They don't
Don't do
like you
not
like
waste
that.
your $300 taking her out tonight. She do not
Nah,
like you.
women
You
like
go have
that.
fun with your friends for $50 and take your butt home
She'll
and
accept
find your
less
soulmate
than the
tomorrow.
guy she really like.
Okay? Find your soulmate on Soulmate Saturday or Soulmate Sunday. It ain't gonna be tonight on Freak Friday. She just using you.
Definitely, and that's where I be feeling like I just different caliber of women. I'm not about to get dressed and do everything that I need to do to go out on a fucking date if I don't like you. Like, ugh, just
Okay with a
the
person going out
thought.
on a date with somebody that they don't think they like initially, just because sometimes people are a little more awkward over a phone call. They do better in person. They do better with activities. Like, so I'm okay with doing a first date, but I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, keep on hanging out with them when you see and you don't like them. Like, see them in all situations first though. So you've tried texting, you've tried talking on the phone, maybe you try a video call. Okay, well, let's try it out and see if you better in person. Maybe you just aren't that comfortable over media and devices and stuff like that. Some people just do better in person. So I don't know.
Guess that's fair.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I gotta wrap this call up. So thanks for joining the live. Hope y'all enjoyed that conversation. I'll check back with y'all later. Toodles. I don't actually know how to end this joint. um, did it hang up?